God's name is going on in here?
All right, episode 65. Back at it, man. Back here at 52 headquarters. We got some new friends, man. Got some new buddies coming in here. So Brian has been the catalyst with all this here, and I was talking. Brian, we were having a conversation when I first met him. He's like, "Dude, you got to talk to these guys. These guys are awesome. You know, they're good people. I've been on the show a couple times, and you gotta get with them." So reached out to you, Shawn, and so by the way, we got Shawn and Eric from Toys R Us.
That's right.
Thanks, guys.
Hey there.
Thanks for making time for us, man. Thank you for making time for us.
No, thanks for having us.
No,
I've been looking forward to this ever since we first got in contact. I saw, I believe it was one of your posts on Instagram was the first time I seen it, and I thought, whatever these guys are doing, I'm in. Like there was a connection without a connection, if that makes sense. Like I just felt like our vibes were pretty in sync. And like I said, man, you guys got a great crew going over there, and we're fortunate and thankful for you two guys to welcome us on, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, you guys are so Brian, again, this guy's great. Brian's great. Who knew a Michigan guy would bring in two Southern folks, bring in two Southern crews together? Who knows? Damn Yankees, man. You got to watch them, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
They make me sick, dude. But no, he's great. Brian's awesome. So you guys, kind of the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, right? Kind of that area there. So, okay, good. So I've been up to Tulsa a couple of times, and I don't like Oklahoma, and not because of all the jokes. I don't know like Oklahoma because I'm a Longhorn fan, and Des Bryant usually, when Des was over there in Oklahoma State, kind of put his foot up our ass a couple of times, and then Peterson, Adrian Peterson, he put a hurting on the Longhorns too. So I'm that's the reason why I don't like Oklahoma. But I've been there a few times. I love it. I love the vibe there. I love the native culture. I'm Native myself. People always mistake me for being Hispanic, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm Native American. I'm Apache Indian. So when I go up to Oklahoma, I see some of the ancestors up there, or some of the folks, distant cousins and stuff, and it makes you want to start drink some fire water and start ring dancing and shit. But I love Oklahoma, man. I'm a huge fan of just well. And I was gonna let you, Shawn, do this about the Route 66 thing. I know you're kind of chomping at the bit about that.
No,
so
you go right ahead.
I think it's breaking up a little bit there. Oh shit! Okay, I think his signal's a little bad there.
He fell off.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so this is we'll wait till Eric. Shawn. I'm sorry, Shawn. You good, Shawn?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Am I here?
Yeah, you lost your signal. Got lost. We lost you with I think SpaceX. Lost you in SpaceX there.
Yeah, no, you go right ahead with the Route 66, man. And if you're ever up in Tulsa, or if you ever watch, there's the show on it's on Hulu. Reservation Dogs. Starlin Harjo is a guy that I got to meet. He's a big Native American movie TV show producer. We played a baseball game with Jack White, and he was one of the guests there. And
no way.
And we're trying to get in a little bit of a cameo on Reservation Dogs.
What?
So hopefully that'll work out,
dude. I'm jealous over here, dude. I thought my podcast was going well. It's not going well, dude. It's sad, man. No, I was going to ask you about that. That was going to be one of my things to ask you guys was about the Reservation Dogs.
Yeah,
that show is really good. One of the comedians that I kind of like, Bobby Lee, he's in there, and he was kind of funny, and he played a nice little role in there, and that was funny. I like the show. It's cool. I forget what their chips were called. What were they called? I forget what those chips were called that they had. Flamin' Flamers. I think it was Flamin' Flamers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's based out of a little town out Mulgy, which is just about 20 minutes south of me. Yeah, that's where that's where they shoot a lot of it at and stuff is down there. And
do you guys go down there and check it out? Do you guys go down there? Like, have you ever been down there to see when they're filming and shit, or no?
I've been in the area. Like I said, I've reached out to Starlin. He's a busy man, as you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has been up for multiple awards and Emmys or Oscars. Not Grammys. I know it's not the Grammys, but hell, it could win one of those too. You know, but just because of our connection, I had a real great meeting with him when like I said, we played. Jack White owns half of a baseball company called War Stick. They're in the Dallas area. What? And they came up and we did a kind of a charity baseball game. And they were the War Stick Warsmen. Warsmans, and we were the Green Country All-Stars, and it was all centered around some scholarships for Native American students, and there was some stomp dances and I'm probably going to get this wrong, but like the elders that play the drums in Native American culture, and they had they brought one of the blankets or whatever it is they hand make, and they like wrap Jack White and Starling in them. It was a real cool deal. So.
I'm jealous, dude. I'm crazy. I'm missing out. I'm in the wrong town, man. I'm missing out.
Oklahoma.
I'm trying to persuade you to get you to Oklahoma.
I know. Vinny, Vinny, you told me that the scene.
Like I'm really big in the music scene also, and I know Tulsa is like the spot now. So it's just growing up out there. You know, it's pretty awesome.
It's always been pretty good. Would you say, Shawn, with Kane's Ballroom?
We
had, what was our band, the Nixons?
Yeah, the Nixons.
You remember the Nixons during the 90s, but you got Leon Russell, all of that, and Brooks and Dunn recorded here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, Garth Brooks,
Right on. Yeah. Isn't that that's what you call a town too, right? Isn't it put a boot in your ass? What's his name? Toby Keith?
Oh yeah, He's the OU guy, so you.
That's right.
You won't like him.
Okay, no, I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them.
No. Full disclosure here. I'm not a Sooner fan. I go the other way at Okie State.
Okay. So. Okay. That's I was gonna ask. So that's where I was gonna go next. What are we Sooners or are we
Okie State?
Yeah. Okay.
Des Bryant. And.
I don't blame you, dude. Des. I was a big fan. I was a huge. Now my hatred went away from when he was a kid. When he was a Cowboy. The hatred went away, dude. Because I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't know about you guys. I don't know where you guys lie on that, but I'm a Cowboys fan. And just so it's clear again, that was a catch. It was a catch, man.
WWE commentator JR. He was a big. He's from Oklahoma, also.
I'm a Chicago Cubs fan. That's what I got. That's all I got. I'm a diehard Cubs fan. And I've been battered for years for it. So,
they won the World Series in Back to the Future too, right? You know that, right?
I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah. Segue for another thing for the next episode. The Route 66 episode. Vinny, you were saying what? Who's there?
No, JR, one of the commentators for wrestling.
JR.
Yeah, he's always talking about OU.
I don't know. Did he have a stroke?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to make fun of him because he's a legend.
Bell's palsy.
Oh, right on. Okay. I did. Again, me. With me, I get excited. Like I said, when it comes to wrestling, I get so excited to come tell Vinny stuff. But it's always like, I already knew that. So it's always a letdown. It's always a letdown for me. Man. So this is cool, man. I'm glad you guys are on here. We were gonna talk before we had you guys on. Before we kind of confirmed here, I had watched on Netflix because Netflix gets me all the time, dude. Netflix got me with the new Arnold documentary, dude. It's a three-part docuseries, and it's phenomenal, man. I mean, it's from his mouth. He's talking. It's just it blew me away. I didn't know how his childhood was. I didn't know how he got into the Hollywood thing. I just know him from when he came on to be the Terminator and all these things, and that's when I knew of him as a kid. But I didn't know his whole story, and it was just I didn't know that he was it was from like a rural area in Austria, like a rural country town, way in the middle of nowhere and shit, and. The fascinating part for me was when he was saying, when I was a kid, I was 11 years old and we were playing in abandoned castles and shit. And I was like, dude, that's amazing, dude. That's like amazing to be playing in an abandoned castle and him and his brother. And again, I didn't know he had a brother. That was news to me. I had no clue, man. And then kind of the other thing they went into is like his childhood and his dad. It was always a competition. He says the reason why I am the way I am now is because of the competition my dad made me and my brother. He's like, for breakfast we had to work out and earn our breakfast. Like he said, you're gonna earn this breakfast and you got to work out and And there was also a competition with him and his brother. Like it was Mother's Day and he's like, well, y'all go out and get something for your mother. Like somebody go pick out the best bushel of flowers. And then his brother always would beat him and.
So he didn't have Frank Stallone for a brother?
No, Frank Stallone for a brother. No, man. Frank Stallone, he had some tunes, man. Frank Stallone had some
ride
good
the
tunes.
coattails of old Sylvester.
No, it was weird. Like I said, I had no clue that he had a brother, and I forgot what his name was. But anyway, he had a brother, and then as they were growing up, as a teen, he came across. They went to the city. Him and his brothers, they went to high school and stuff. They would go to the city, and. They finally came across they went to the movie theater. They came across like a magazine. Arnold came across this magazine. It was a bodybuilder magazine, and he says the guy that was on the cover was
Reg Park.
Yeah, Reg Park. Yes, that's right. There you go. And that's what inspired him. I was just I didn't know any of this stuff, man. I had no clue about any of this, man, and it was just blowing me away. And then just him, the just what he had his ambition to want to be the whole bottom line for me is he wanted to be an American. And that's what was cool shit to me, that he wanted to come to America. I saw the acting, I saw the movie stars. He goes, I wanted to come to America because that was for me. America was for me. He goes, I knew that it spoke to me and I needed to come to America. So he did what he had to do, and dude killed it. And when he was young, he got ripped up, and he was just doing it in his house and shit, man.
What was your first Arnold film that you saw?
My first Arnold film that I saw was I think it had to be Terminator, man. I think I saw it on Cinemax. It was late night. I think I saw him for the first time, and he scared me, dude. Like it scared me, like when he had the little red eye. When his face was ripped off, he had the red. I mean, it creeped me. It creeped me out, man. It was cool, but I was always taken aback by Reese. Reese had a cool way about him. He had a really cool, like laid back way about him, and he was a sneaky guy. And he had a good choice in fashion with the trench coat and the nice Nikes, the high top Nikes he picked. He could have picked any shoe in that bin, but he picked those Nike shoes, man.
Shawn Eric, what was your first Arnold film that you come across?
Conan the Barbarian.
I mean, mine has to, Conan, Conan, and then maybe was Commando or Predator first? Commando was first.
I think Commando
was first.
Commando was first. Yeah.
And then Eric, you've got the Terminator tattoo, so he's.
Oh, there you go, man. Nice.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, for me it was Conan.
Conan.
Yeah. I've been about 25 minutes in on the doc. I did read his book.
Okay.
So his book's really good, and it's from what I know, it's probably gonna be pretty close to that doc. But one of the things that really just blew my mind about him was while he was here, Franco Columbo and Arnold were brick masons.
Oh no shit!
Why were they in construction and brick masons? They're still training 2+ hours a day or twice a day.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that. But when we find out, we know how they did it.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I didn't know. I didn't know they allowed, even back then. I didn't know they allowed to juice up. I didn't know they could juice up back then. I didn't know they were allowed to do that to use steroids. I thought it was all natural. Now I was, I'm an ignorant. Me being naive, I thought that was all natural, but I was wrong. But it's okay. That's Hollywood, man. It's Hollywood. It's all good. I'll take it. Yeah. Man. He was, despite all that, his body, his physique was just perfection. Like. Everything he had is back.
Right. When you work out and you get that pump, man, it's better than sex, man. That's what you get that pump.
That's what he said, man. He said that a kick-ass workout was better than having an orgasm. Is what he said. He said having that's what he said, man. He said compared to it's pretty close. Yeah.
He must have really been eating his Wheaties.
Oh yeah, he was eating something.
If you haven't seen Pumping Iron, I'll go out here and say it. Everybody should see Pumping Iron.
I need to. I know.
Fantastic.
They did. They mentioned that in the docu-series. They mentioned it, and I need to go see it. I mean, I've known of it. I've heard of it, and I just never had a chance to watch it.
Somebody makes a cameo in it. And he plays the Incredible Hulk. I'm just going to say that.
Ferriggs. Ferriggs, man. He's he's amazing, dude. But to see this guy come from nothing, he came from nowhere, and then it was just I can't even say enough how good the series is. If people who are listening, our ones of listeners, and Toys R Us, you got more than we do. You're hundreds of listeners. Check it out, man. It's a great docu-series. Yeah. Arnold's fantastic. I didn't know, dude. There's such a good line in that show, in that docu-series. There's such a good line when they're talking about the Terminator. The Terminator was going to be him and OJ. OJ was supposed to be the Terminator. I heard about that. And then Arnold's like, well, he didn't have that killer instinct. Like he couldn't kill. He wasn't a human killing machine. And then Arnold paused. He's like, oh yeah, like he paused. It was just such a good line.
He has the best one-liners.
He's always
in all the movies. All the best one-liners.
Movies today miss that. They don't. They need more of it.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how deep you guys go with comedians and whatnot. It's like Bert Kreischer. I don't know if you guys like him or not. I don't know where you guys are. For me personally, he's okay. He's fine. But I know he was trying to say in a few interviews, he was saying that he wanted to bring back like that quirky comedy of like the buddies kind of thing, and I agree with him. We need those like the Porky's movies, those funny movies like those. We need those movies back. We need those back again. Do. But I don't think he hit it on this one. I think his movie. I saw some reviews and I saw video and I saw some clips and stuff like that, and I don't. For me, this is just my opinion. I don't think he's not. For me, he's not likable. I don't like him. And it's nothing against him. Hey, I'm nobody. And he's a multimillionaire, so I don't know shit. But I just don't think. For me, my money's not with him. I just don't. I don't get it, and it's fine. But I wish they would bring back those movies back.
Are they writing? Did I just make this up, or are they writing the script for Twins with Kevin Hart and The Rock?
I think you're right. I think that's coming out.
I think that's coming. Did I just make that up?
It's in that.
Did we coin it first? Do I need to write it?
Let's write it up, man. Let's write it up, though. But I think
I'm an Arnold fan for a different reason. I'm a big cigar guy, and so is Arnold. He loves cigars and stuff, and so I've watched a lot of cigar aficionado interviews and things like that over different cigars. Of course, he can afford the good cigars that I cannot, but he's a big cigar guy, and so I really appreciate that about him. That he puts a lot of that he's learned and about that out for people like me to be able to kind of pick his brain for and stuff. So
what the thing that gets me with this is that he was cut from a different cloth, man. Like to have that's your thing, like the thing that you like to do off camera. You know what? Screw it. I'm bringing that on the camera. I'm bringing that to the big screen. I'm gonna have my cigar in my mouth at all times. I'm bringing my habit on the show, on the movie. And you're gonna be okay with it. You're gonna be fine with it. And I think that's a special person that can bring that kind of those little things. It's the small things that are so impressive to me. Like the little things that he did in life were just never stopping, man. Never stopping and doing what he did. He goes, I already dominated the bodybuilding thing. I already dominated that. So what? I won it 10 times in a row or whatever. He goes, now I want to dominate Hollywood. I want to be the leading man. And it was shitty when they told him, you're not gonna be a leading man because we can't understand a damn word you're saying, man. But he goes, he fought through it. He fought through it. He was a leading man. The first movie, they showed a clip of his first movie. It was Hercules.
Yeah, Hercules in New York.
Hercules in New York.
Oh my goodness, dude, that was rough to watch. That was rough. Horrible. That was bad, dude. His acting was rough.
He made up for it in Predator.
Oh yeah, he made it up for that. Yeah.
Well, and then he became the governor of California.
Yeah,
so he
dude.
really did live the American dream, right?
He has the American dream. He's beautiful, fantastic body, and then he married a Kennedy. How can you go wrong, man? You can't go wrong. You got a Kennedy. You
talk about if you have a checklist, he's checked all those boxes.
Dude, he's insane.
Gonna be Mr. Universe, was it?
Yeah, it's insane, man. That when they showed at the end of the docuseries, at the end of the series, he's at his house in Austria. And he's got it. He's got the perfect life. He's got this open area, and he's got his horses. He's got his little mini horse walking in the house. He's got a little donkey coming in the house. It's just like this dude's living the life. He's got pets, and it's just really cool to have. Who says that you got your little mini horse just walking in the house? Like I'd kill for that, dude. That's like a perk. Yeah, that's like a big ass perk for me, dude.
So a question that I've asked on our show a couple of times, and I'll just kind of hit you guys with it real quick, and we'll throw Arnold in there. Is whose '80s career would you rather have? Would you rather have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, or Harrison Ford's career in the 80s?
I'm going to go with Stallone. I'm a big Stallone fan, so.
I'm a Stallone guy, but, and it's not even because I'm just, riding the bandwagon here, but after watching that docuseries, after watching that series and finding out what kind of a person Arnold is and seeing who he is and taking that out, but I think I liked his movies. I'm a Stallone guy all the way. But after just everything, taking all that in, I like as Arnold has to. I guess I would have to go with Arnold, man, because the only thing he did that I didn't like was Twins was okay. I think Twins was
Twins was good, man.
Okay. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, Twins was good.
Junior, I think Junior was the one. It was Junior. Yeah, that was like.
But see,
okay.
they all had their film that wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, he's No, Arnold's the guy, man. Arnold's the man. He is the man. And for us, right back at you guys too. I'm gonna throw one. You guys seen Urban Cowboy, right?
Yeah.
Urban Cowboy. Okay. Team Sissy or Team Pam?
Sissy. Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Nobody's on my side here, dude. Nobody. Pam was the thing, man. Pam was the jam, man. She was the dark hair, the dark eyes. She was she had the money. She had daddy's money. She lived downtown Houston, man. She had the penthouse suite.
That's a compelling argument you're making.
She was something, dude, and she made custom shirts for Bud. You know, it was just come on, man. But yeah, Sissy. Always when we got all our guests, they always go with pretty much everybody likes Sissy.
Yeah,
she's
popular choice, I guess.
Yeah, she's very popular. She's down though, man, because she's hardcore, man. She'll take a beating for you. Fucking West took it to her, man, and punch her lights out.
What was that Gillies bar that they attended?
Yeah, dude, Pasadena, Texas,
Pasadena,
man.
Texas,
Yeah,
Stinkadena.
yeah, dude. It's I don't. They have something in Dallas. I think Dallas has a Gillies now. I think they have one that's just to kind of they redid it or something. And but I was always again I kind of go all over the place because I got ADHD attention deficit, man. So that means I can't even get the words out.
ADHD.
HD. Yeah, there you go. I got high def. I got the high def on. Travolta, man. I'm a big Travolta guy. You guys into Travolta, John?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah.
What did you like? Did you like him action or did you like him like dramatic, like drama, like action or comedy, or what did you dig him in?
I like it. I mean, of course, I love Pulp Fiction.
Oh, who doesn't? Man? Come on,
that was his comeback special.
But you know what? I kind of appreciate him in the comedies too. Like, I mean, I know he wasn't physically in Look Who's Talking,
right?
But I like those movies. I loved him in Grease.
Oh, Grease was the shit, dude. Grease was the shit.
I'm trying to think of some of his action movies.
Nah, I'm a fan of Face Off.
Face Off was good.
Face Off, with Cage. That was a good one.
That was a real good one.
There was one that came out in the mid '90s. What was it? He was an angel.
Oh, Michael.
And there was there Phenomenal, something like that.
Yeah,
it came out around that time.
Yeah. I got my wife here, the Google master. She's looking it up right now.
Didn't you do Battlefield Earth or no? That's
he had the dreads, right? He had dreadlocks and shit. Yeah, he had the dreadlocks and shit.
The one that came out right after Michael, Phenomenal. I can't remember what it was. I remember working at Blockbuster, and that thing you couldn't keep on shelves.
So, Phenomenon. We looked at
Phenomenon.
Yeah, Phenomenon. You were there, man. You were there.
That was a great
so you worked at Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Dude, I always wanted to have a friend that worked at Blockbuster. I never had. All my friends worked at Hollywood Video. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It was Hollywood Video.
Do you have any Blockbuster video tapes in plastic?
I wish. I don't.
I have 4 of them.
Wow.
I literally, I found 4 of them still in the case. And they're from different parts of the Texas. Nice. But I found them at Goodwill for $1.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's cool shit, man. That's cool shit. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
I remember having the power of the late fees where you could cancel out late fees. So, if somebody came in, you're like, oh, she's cute. Oh, no more late fees.
He was playing Blockbuster God over there, man. That's rough, man.
But Blockbuster didn't have the black curtain that you had to sneak behind.
Oh, I love that.
To get the good videos.
That was the good stuff, man. In my hometown of Austin, we had the beads. We had the little beads.
Yes.
That way, if it made noise, you shouldn't be back there. Hey,
what are you doing back there?
You shouldn't be there, kid. There was that, and they also had the nudie books and stuff. We talked about that on our episode one time. When the nudie books used to have the plastic sleeve over it, and it would block the
black cellophane.
It blocked the goodies. You couldn't see the goodies. But yeah, dude. Like I said, I go on tangents, man. I start here, go there, and but yeah. For me, Travolta, man, I think one of my favorite things he did was Pulp Fiction, of course. But I'm trying to think of the other one that he did that I really enjoyed. Shit, I lose it. I lost it. I had it and I lost it. But anyway. Hairspray. Hairspray. My wife with Hairspray. He did good.
Oh, man. My daughter, Emery, she's up here with me. You was asking, the one that's in all our videos with us. And she is a huge Hairspray fan.
The new or the old?
She likes the John Travolta one.
Okay, cool.
One,
okay.
The one.
Because
I do.
Right on, man. Right on.
I do.
Right on. Nice to meet you. I like the newer one, right? The newer one's more racy and more. Is it? Or are they both kind of both? The older one.
The new one's a little bit more racy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's got what's that kid's name in it? He was.
Jesus. Zac Efron. Yeah.
Zac Efron. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That son of a bitch there. He was hot as shit in The Neighbors or The Next Door. Was it The Neighbors?
Yes, with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, dude.
Was it with Seth
Rogen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, that was a great movie. Those were nice little 1 and 2s. They were not too bad. Seth Rogen did. I don't particularly like Seth Rogen, but he did good on. I don't know if those are his movies, but those movies were good. I like those. The Neighbors, and I forgot Neighbors 2 or whatever it was called. And then the lady, his wife, forget about it. His wife in those movies, I don't know what her name is, but she's a looker. She's quite the looker. I don't know what her name is, but she
plays in a lot of comedy movies.
Yeah, she was also in.
I thought she was in Wedding Crashers also, right?
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
I think she was in what's that movie with the shit? Get him to the Greek. I forget where she. What's her name? Rose Byrne. Okay, Rose Byrne. Yeah. No, she's a hell of a looker, man.
Which one is the one I'm thinking about? Is blonde.
I don't know.
Oh gosh, what's her name?
Zack and Mary. Oh, Zack and Mary make a porno.
Was she in the Notebook? That one.
Oh, what's her name? The one in the Notebook. She was in yeah. All these movies are coming to my head. I'm about to explode.
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams.
Yep.
Rachel
McAdams.
Yep.
I was thinking about her and
She's in Mean Girls also.
What's the one we just watched last night? God, I keep drawing a blank on everything. The Switch the Bodies when they switch.
Freaky Lindsay Lohan?
No, it's got Rob Schneider in it. Rob Schneider and her. Hot chick. Hot chick. Oh, I love the hot chick, dude. That's so good. I love that movie. Yeah. Vinny, did you say which one? Michael, did you tell what Travolta movie you like? Travolta?
Yeah, Face Off.
Oh, Face Off. That's right. Face Off.
Yeah.
Right, Face Off.
Yeah.
With Nick Cage.
Face Off is a man. That's a great movie. But I like Nick Cage too. So.
Oh yeah.
I had that on VHS, and I think that I wore the tape out.
Yeah.
What did you
That's
think?
how good of a movie it was.
What did you think of Renfield?
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen it yet either.
I tried to watch it. We got halfway, and I was like,
it's already out.
I'm out. Yeah, it's on.
Is that the one where he's Dracula?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I watched. I was going to start it last night, but
it was rough.
And it's funny because I started to drop a plug from Bud and Rob over it. They run a podcast, Totally 80s and 90s Recall.
Okay.
But they're doing a series called Face Off or Caged In. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And it's all about these Nick Cage movies. And so
I saw that.
I listened to that and I saw that and I was like, man. But then I thought, man, it's too late for me to try to watch this because then I'm gonna be having nightmares. And so I decided against it.
Eric, what's your genre of movies? What do you dig? What are you into?
Oh man, I like action.
Okay.
But I do like a good comedy.
Okay.
So, I'm a sucker for, Rambos and, I love the John Wicks.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah.
But man, if Old School and Step Brothers is on,
oh yeah, me too.
I'll watch those all the
you
time.
Can't, yeah, it could be halfway or what's the other one that's my favorite is the other guys. I love Mark Wahlberg. You can't. It doesn't get any better than Mark Wahlberg.
It took a while for Will Ferrell to grow on me.
But you got
after a while, he did. Him and Vince Vaughn. I like Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Vince
Vaughn.
He hasn't done anything lately, but his comedy was good.
Hey,
Vince Vaughn, man, Swingers is such a great movie.
I love that.
Wahlberg, if you want another funny one, Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, Daddy's Home.
Oh,
Daddy's
I love those. The one and
two.
Those
absolutely hilarious.
Those are our Christmas movies. So when Christmas time, we get together with the family, me and my wife and her parents. We get together and it's a small family, so we get together. Yeah. And we make it a movie night. We do those movies. We do the daddies. Those. We do. Of course, you got to do Christmas Story. Do. What's the other one we do? Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase. Yeah. You got. So we do those. We do those Christmas movies. Those Christmas movies, and those get us.
We do Elf.
Elf was a good one too, man.
So did you do the new Christmas, the new Christmas Story?
We did. I liked it a lot, man.
I did too.
It was really sad when the mom passed away, right? It was the mom that passed away, right? And the letter, the dad. When the dad left the presents, that was dude. I lost my shit, dude. I was like, oh my god, because it was like the dad was cool, man. Like the dad is every dad that I knew growing up. All my friends, their fathers were all that dude. He was yelling, screaming, cussing. Well, even my dad was that way too. But he had a glass of whiskey in his hand. But that's neither here nor there. But every father that I came in contact with as a growing up, my buddies.
That was just a period of time.
Yeah,
man.
it was. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just the way it was, and we came out all right.
That's like what I told you. Me and Caden, we started watching F is for Family.
Oh, dude, that's the best.
And like that's the way the dad is. He's just cursing, cussing. Just. Like that's the way you grew up. You grew up tough.
Yeah. It grew up tough, and you had a thick
tough love.
Yeah,
what it is.
You get a thick skin, man. And
Sean, we know about this. Is dads drove around with a sixer in the truck.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
My dad drove around with a tall boy between his legs with a paper sack wrapped around.
There you go, man. There you go.
And a pack of Camel non-filters rolled up in his sleeve.
Oh, Camel Joe.
Do they still have? Do they still offer you the paper bag?
Yeah,
they still offer that?
They offer me it all the time.
I think
you had it today, right? You had it. Yeah. Vinny had it because he had the twisted tea.
Paper or plastic? Yeah. I was like, no. If I put it in paper, then they're gonna know it's alcohol.
Yeah, right. I didn't know they still did that because I haven't bought a beer in a store in a while. So I didn't know if they still offered the little brown paper bag.
And I know we exited off the Arnold Highway a long time ago.
Oh, sure, no, you're good.
But before we get back on, I think if there was a Christmas movie that would kind of describe our podcast at Toys R Us is the Neil Patrick Harris. Is it 64-bit Christmas or 8-bit Christmas?
I haven't seen that.
It's about getting the very first Nintendo.
Oh, shit.
And it's awesome.
Really?
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Dude.
I have not
dig
seen that.
That's a good one.
I would dig that. I would like that, man.
I was thinking Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go
there.
there.
Hey, that's a good one too.
I thought you were going there. Yeah.
You know,
I'm looking at
I'm
looking at it right now on the TV there.
Hey, and wrestling fact, the Big Show was in that.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was a big Santa Claus, man.
Oh no shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Snuck in there.
One of my favorite Arnold lines is from Kindergarten Cop when the kid tells him boys have a penis and girls have a penis.
Yeah, that's the shit, dude. That's a classic, dude. Going back to the thing, Arnold. Kind of going back to that, I was going to say in the doc, he said that was one of his things was to the classic line was it? I'll be back. Like, that was his. He fixed that. Like he said, I don't. The way they had it written, James Cameron, the way he had it written, he said I didn't like it. Didn't flow for me. He goes, so when I said it, James Cameron was a dick. He told him, well, are you the writer or am I the writer? And then Arnold did it during the take, and he's like, all right, that works. You can keep it. It's like sometimes I know you're the writer, but sometimes the actor or the artist knows.
There's probably a TikTok out there that has Arnold one-liners.
Oh, dude.
There's got
one of mine was from Running Man. Have you ever seen Running Man?
I love Running Man. Which one was it?
He was when he talks about the guy with the chainsaw, Buzzsaw.
Yeah.
And he's like, what happened to Buzzsaw? He had to split.
Yeah, dude. That's it. And that was his thing. And then again, I love the balls on Arnold because he took that to his political run. He took the one-liners and calling him a girly man and all that stuff. I thought to other people they probably think it's childish and ridiculous. I say, but I think it's cool because he's being who he is. That's him. Like that's him, and he's serving himself up on a dish and. I respect that he kept that going through his political thing. I think that was cool. Now, I didn't like Danny DeVito, the little son of a bitch. He had an attitude. That little bastard, Danny DeVito, had an attitude when during the documentary when they were on the part, because it was 3 parts. It was like his career and then his growing up, his career, and then his political thing at the end. And Danny DeVito at the end of the doc, they were asking him, what did you think about Arnold doing that? Because they were close friends. And he's like, well, I didn't think it was called for. He shouldn't have done that. And he goes, but he just didn't like because what side Arnold was running on is what his problem was, and it's just like, if he's your buddy, that shit shouldn't matter, dude. Just support his ass, just support it. He's your little brother, support him, he's your little brother. But Arnold, yeah, dude, political the politics aside, I think I admire that, man. You come from another country, and you come here to America, and you love this country so much that you're willing to do anything for the community or for the town or the city he was in, California. I mean, I think that's big time, man. That's big balls there.
Well, he was the last action hero, right?
Absolutely, man. I think so. I mean, I think he's the last.
I mean, he and that's what I kind of miss with movies, and I don't know if that's why I'm just not like a movie buff like I used to be. Mm-hmm. Is because it's it seems like movies now there's not that big action movie star, I mean, the John Wicks are great, and I like Keanu Reeves, but they're, back when we were kids, Arnold and Sly, they had to kind of compete against each other, right? Then it's Rambos and platoons and commandos and Over the Top and Rocky. I mean, there's just not.
I had
that
an
anymore.
argument with somebody today about that. He's probably 10 years, 15 years younger than me. But like this goes back to talking about like wrestling and everything. They're trying to make that transition as far as I'm a big fan of, like I said, I might be a worker, but at the same time, I'm a wrestling fan. I was a Versace wearing, eyebrow raising Rock fan, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Not Dwayne Johnson. I can't stand that dude. Like, I do not like Dwayne Johnson. because he thinks he runs Hollywood. He thinks he is the action star. Yeah. And I'm just like, no, dude. Like, Dave Bautista will tell you, dude, you can have all those action roles. I'll play me a serious role, and my career will go a lot longer. I won't be stereotyped. And, same thing with John Cena. Like, they're beefing again. Like, yeah. So, yeah, they're beefing again because of the whole, Fast X?
Oh, yeah.
The Rock is trying to hold people hostage as far as hey, I'm the action star.
Shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
look, Rock doesn't get a say so. He wasn't even a very good roadblock in the G.I. Joe movies.
No, that's what I'm saying. But we did. We had our Stallones, we had our Arnolds, we had our Jean-Claudes, we had, what's that dude's name? Steven Seagal.
Man.
Yeah. It just, but you're right, man. Like, we need that again. Don't try to hold hostage.
Sorry about that.
Go for it.
The Rock tried to strong arm DC.
Mm-hmm. Oh no shit! I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I know that one didn't do too hot. That one with what was the one?
The
with
Black Adam.
That's
I didn't do too good.
Yeah, he was trying to. I can't remember what it was. Strong arm for Black Adam versus Superman movie.
Yeah, it was.
Do you guys get into the Fast and Furious stuff or no?
No.
I
mean, the first couple with what was it, Vin Diesel and
Paul Walker,
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
But after Fast and the Furious 27 and a half, they lost me. It's like that's too many.
We went to we did a podcast about this. I went to go see the 10, the new one, and and I was telling the guys here, I was like, these movies, they've kind of ran their course, but I still respect them, whatever they're doing, what they're doing. But again, John Cena, he really stole the show for me. Like, seeing him do his thing, John Cena is really good. Like, he's a damn good actor, man. Like, I like him in what's that new one? That when he does the action hero, the
Peacemaker.
Yes, dude, I love that man. That's so good. Like I said, he's so good. He's got this way about him. I don't know what it is, dude. It's just it's very simple, but it draws me in, and I don't know what it is, but I do enjoy him a lot, and I wish he would do more roles where he does. Just
he's pretty versatile because he also did a movie with Amy Schumer.
Yeah, what was it?
I forgot.
But he played like a stereotypical role in that, and he killed it, dude.
Yeah,
and that was probably one of his first roles. But
I really dig.
I think he's gonna do well. Him and Dave Bautista will do well. But like I said, I am not a Dwayne Johnson fan at all.
Was that a Trainwreck? Trainwreck. Yeah, that was okay.
And he was in one of his. I think it was one of his first movies where he played like a big brother. I don't remember the whole surroundings of the movies, but it was based in Oklahoma. I even want to say it was based in Tulsa. He was like I had it and I lost it, but it was a real good movie. It was kind of more of a serious role.
Oh shit!
And it was a good movie.
Was it when his brother was a cop or something? I can't remember if it was that.
Yeah,
one.
I can't remember. Yeah. It's been a long time ago.
Speaking of Bautista, did you see him in that new one? Was it a Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan.
That new one they did where they come to a cabin.
The one where they're like locked in the cabin or
knock at the door. Knock at the door. Knock at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, knock at the cabin. I'm sorry.
He killed it in that one, dude.
That was good. I enjoyed that, dude. I really liked it. I thought I was gonna hate it because it just looked ridiculous from the from the trailers and whatnot.
That when he did Knives Out, dude, he was awesome in Knives Out.
Okay. Knives Out's good.
The one he did, the one I watched on Netflix wasn't that great. Was the zombie one? What was that one called? The zombie something? I don't know what it was called, but he wasn't. He wasn't too good in that one. I didn't like that one too much. I think
it's called like Army of.
Yeah, Army or something.
Army of the Dead or something like that. Yeah.
I didn't really care for that too much. And then back to Cena real quick. Cena did great in Daddy's Home when he was.
He was
great, man. He was good in that one. Man.
Yeah, he turned down Fast X. Dave Bautista.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's he gonna?
Because he didn't want to get stereotyped.
What's his name?
Makes sense, right?
Yeah. What's his name? Momoa. I thought he did good in that. I thought he was really good. I enjoyed his role. Like he was, like I said, he's very charismatic, very flamboyant. But I thought he was a good character. It was really good character.
So all the people we're talking about are these new action stars.
Yeah.
But like I said, Dwayne Johnson thinks he is the action star.
Yeah.
Not so much.
But no, it's going back to the 80s and 90s when you just said Arnold or you just said Sly, you knew who they were, or Michael J. Fox, you knew who those people were.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess I just kind of miss them. I miss those kind of the Arnold one-liners and you could have put Rocky, Over the Top, Rambo, all Sly's characters, they were almost the exact same character.
True. That's true. That's true.
But they all felt different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go back to that thing you were saying with Stallone, there was a thing. Stallone was in the documentary, and Stallone goes, "We couldn't be in the same room together. Like we could not be in the same room together when they were at their height. Because he spoke. I didn't think he was gonna come out on it because they were talking about him, about Stallone in the docuseries. They were talking about it. And I was like, there's no way he's gonna make a cameo in this thing. And he did. Dude. He's like, dude, we couldn't stand each other. I didn't want to be in the same room with this guy. Like, I couldn't stand to see him because we were competing for that audience. We were both fighting for that audience. And
remember you told me like Arnold said that he kind of shut it down because the guns kept getting out of hand. Like the guns keep getting bigger in every movie that they did.
Yeah. Arnold Stallone made a good point though. Stallone was like, he's an action hero. He's shooting him up. But he didn't have a, like you said, he didn't. Stallone had it with like Rambo. He made a character. Like he made a character. Yeah. He had it where he spoke.
Same thing with like Rocky.
Yeah,
he's a character.
Yeah. Because he said he wouldn't speak because he goes all Arnold's roles doesn't have a speaking. Didn't really talk. He just was just a guy. But he goes, but I wanted to have my guy, or he goes, I wanted to have it to where we had action without saying much. Just like in Rambo, he'd come behind you and slit your throat and shit. He goes, I wanted to do shit like that where it was more unset, quieter of killings and whatnot, just cooler. But yeah, I didn't. When I heard that they couldn't be in the same room, I thought, dude, these guys weren't holding no punches, dude. They weren't messing around, man. Like they were serious. But the testosterone,
now
man.
Sly he's the Tulsa King now,
dude.
So
did you watch it?
I've seen the first couple of episodes. I enjoyed it. It's really
I love
good.
it.
I mean,
I binged it, man. I watched all the seasons. I think there's 2 seasons, and I watched them all, dude. I love it. I love Stallone. Like I said, I'm a big Stallone guy, and seeing him come come back and doing his thing. I saw the FUBAR thing a little bit. I saw a couple episodes, and I'm still going into it. I'm still trying to see if I like it. Have you seen the FUBAR guys?
I haven't seen that one yet.
On Netflix. It's Arnold, and it's kind of a comeback, right? And but it's good though. I mean, I'm getting into it. I'm still trying to get a feel. I'm like 2 episodes in, but I am liking it. But Tulsa King, dude, I'm like, so is that's actually there, right? They're filming that there, right?
The first season was, and then the second season, just like everything else Hollywood does, is they think they can go back to LA and recreate it.
That's bullshit. Because I thought it was. I liked the feel. The first season the feel was good, man. The feel was really good. I liked it. A ton.
And let's see, I mean, I didn't see the doc and I haven't read his book, but I mean that Arnold's son he had with the maid,
dude. They talked about that. It was sketchy.
But he is the spitting image of Arnold.
Yeah, his mouth, his mouth area and like his nose, dude. It's like Arnold all over again, dude. It's nuts, dude.
When he's competing, I guess, or is going to be competing for like Mr. Universe and stuff like that. And he has like all Arnold's poses down, and I've seen some like side by side pictures of him doing Arnold's poses when he was competing, and I'm like, yeah, there's no question that's his kid.
Oh, dude, it's and it's cool. I appreciate Arnold's honesty, and again, that's why I respect him so much. Arnold, I respect him because he did address that in the doc. He did. He's like, you know what? He got quiet at this point because like the way they're transitioning through the shows, like he's looking through a photo album, and then he gets to that point in time where him and Maria Shriver, they break up, and then it goes into it why, and then he was just like, I'm not, I screwed up. I'm the first one here to say I screwed it up, man. But I own it to my shit, I own it to my mistakes and or issues that I have. He goes and I don't regret my son, and my son's amazing, and yeah, he's training him. I think they're training. He's training them and shit. It was cool to see those generations together. It's really cool to see that, man. Like I said, I can't give that documentary enough, man. It was so damn good. You guys got to check it out. It's so good, man. Yeah,
it's on the watch list.
Good. Anything for us to watch? You guys got something that you guys want us to watch? That
Well, look, I'm I love Deadliest Catch. Yeah, I love watching crab fishing. That's
I used to, dude. I was into the show that I used to be into, like a son of a bitch. Was the log guys, the loggers. They cut down the trees and shit. God damn, I can't remember what it's called. But those shows, I love those shows on A&E. I think they're A&E, right? They're A&E.
Yeah, A&E has some weird freaking shows, dude.
Yeah.
But I did watch the Deadliest Catch for a while. It was so, it was crazy. I don't know if I could do a job where I'm wet.
Right?
That's funny. Where you're wet the whole time as your job. What is that channel? What's it called? Swamp loggers, I was going to say swamp people. I would have been. I think that's something too, though.
Yeah, that's something too.
I think that's something too, though. Swamp loggers was one of my favorite shows, and what's the other one too? There was something. Axemen too, where they cut down trees and shit like that, and they made, they take them to the. I always like it. If we don't get these trees cut down in the next hour, it won't make it to the mill, and they won't make it in time. It was just like a big ridiculous thing. It's just funny to me to see.
Do you guys watch? Like me, I was like I said, I collect figures and stuff like that. But the toys that made us.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Yes. Is that the toys that made us was honestly that's kind of what got me kind of started back on my path of collecting again. Is they had released that, and I think the first one may have been Legos or something like that, but the second one was like GI Joes, and the GI Joes, and then they started coming out with the kind of retro GI Joes, and it just took off from there. And then
have you guys ever
WWF figures
traveled to the West Coast?
Transformers.
Have you guys ever traveled to the West Coast?
No, I have not.
If you ever get a chance, there is a I promise you, like a store front warehouse. It's called Franken Sons Collectibles. Okay. I promise you, it's rows and rows of figures from like the 70s, 80s. Like you can find original. Like I grew up on Ninja Turtles. You can find original out of package turtles. You can find on card turtles. You can find just hard to find, rarity turtles, just everything. GI Joes, Thundercats, everything.
Oh, there you
and they're originals. They're not repops. They might be out of package, and they might have some that are on card, but you're going to pay for the on cards.
Right. Oh yeah, of course. So and especially now that it's kind of become much bigger than it was. I mean, even 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago, you could have gotten a original GI Joe carded for $30-$40, and now you're paying $250 for them because it's just ridiculous.
Easy. I was watching the toys that made us, and those are a lot of the toys that they kind of break it up into different. Like I grew up, I'm an '80s kid, so my toys were early '80s to early '90s, but they also have toys that were in the '70s that I didn't even know about. But for me, like I remember playing with the freaking Thundercats, and the eyes lighting up in the back when you pressed the back. And for me, I look for stuff like that. Yeah. Same thing with the LGNs, the wrestlers. Like I have a lot of those. We have one here in the studio right now that I gifted the 52. Yeah. But I look for stuff like that. And that's my jam. I love collecting, and my son enjoys it also to do it with me.
Yeah, and we have a spot here locally in Broken Arrow. It's called the Vintage Toy Mall. Nice, and it's a great place to go and find, because they've got different vendors, and these are the guys that probably travel around the country and find old collections or whatever. And I have found so much through there, and they take good care of us, and they're big fans of what we do with the Toys R Us podcast. And I mean, I've gotten some of I just recently kind of started collecting the new adventures of He-Man. It was kind of like when they tried to bring He-Man back in the 90s, and
right.
Just because I've got so much of the stuff that I like, I'm trying to collect some of the kind of odd stuff now. And that's where Brian comes in. He's like, I was texting him just a little bit ago. Hey man, do you got this? Do you have that? And I really want some of the figures from that cartoon Cops.
Right.
And he's like, I got a whole bin of those. And I was like, well, of course you do.
Not a lot of people know about that cartoon though.
Cops.
Yeah, Cops. Yeah. It's like, fighting crime in the future time.
That's right.
That was my jam back then.
Really?
Oh yeah. And I mean, me and my son Maddox, he started watching it with me, and now that's what he watches every night. He's probably watched it every, there was only 28 episodes. And he's watched them all probably 30 times, but he loves it.
I've come across it. I just never watched. I need to watch it.
It's just like when you go to like these flea markets, or if you go to little because people are like just getting rid of the stuff that's in their garage that their kids had.
Yeah.
So, but if you know what you're looking for, then you're gonna find it.
There's if you have Discovery Plus, the Jordan Hansbrough, he had that show, the Toy Hunter, on there for I think it was like 3 seasons.
I've heard it. I didn't watch it.
And it was like in 2012, right? And there's one where he goes into this guy's garage, and he has just, rooms full of GI Joe stuff, boxed, and he's paying like $40 for like the old Tomahawk, right? Yeah. And I'm just like, oh my god,
because they don't know what they have,
something like that, and not even to resell, just for my own personal collection.
Yeah. See, with me, I like to collect.
Yeah.
I like to collect the crossovers, like the turtles, the WWE crossover turtles, the Masters of the Universe crossover with the WWE figures.
Yeah.
So I collect stuff like that. Same thing, I know we can get in the pops, but I don't collect tons of pops. I collect WWE pops.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think we're kind of the same way with the pops. They're like, they're great, but I'm not just out trying to get like, Jack the Skeleton pops.
Right.
Those are cool, but that's just not going to fit into my collection now.
That and they're totally too mass produced.
Yeah.
But if you get like an Undertaker glow in the dark, then nope, not everybody's gonna want an Undertaker glow in the dark, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you look for. Same thing. Like I have a Ric Flair autographed, I have an AJ Styles autographed.
Nice.
But those are my collections. Same thing with I know you guys like before the MCU even came out. Like I was collecting Marvel figures.
Yeah.
And I still have them in package, in box, and they build a freaking Sentinel. Like I have all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Yeah, and Brian kind of got me into. I'm started collecting the real Ghostbuster stuff. And
okay,
so,
right.
So I get. I've been finding some of these. Like
right on, man. Oh, those are cool.
Oh
man.
yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys have them down in Texas. They bought what used to be our Toys R Us, and it's called Ollie's, and
we don't have it here.
It's like a discount store now. And so today they had these for $3.99.
Oh shit, dude, that's cool.
And so
that's cool.
Brian, of course, I texted him and I was like, "Dude, I found these," and he goes, "Yeah, I just bought 8 cases of them."
This guy, man, we gotta do something about it. We gotta do something about him, man. I've had enough of him, dude.
So have you guys heard about?
He's great.
Have you heard about the pop up, like just for Christmas, for when Christmas comes in? Toys R Us is going to start doing pop ups.
Yes, they did that at our Macy's this last year.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy. But I know in Canada you could still actually go into one of the storefronts.
Oh man!
Oh
shit!
So yeah, only in Canada. They only have them in Canada.
Wow!
I didn't know that, man.
They we have a Macy's in Woodland Hills Mall, and it may even still be there. Like it may still be operating.
Oh shit!
But for Christmas this year, they did. They started the Toys R Us up there. So
okay.
Sorry, this is Maddox. This is my son. He decided he wanted to come in.
That's okay. Yeah, that's cool. What's going on, man?
That's what I miss, is that feeling you going into a Toys R Us as a kid.
Dude, my son was super sad when like they actually finished taking down the sign.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
I was too.
And he was wondering, he's like, "Dad, let's see where they take it." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, if they put it there, we can have it, right?" And I was like, "No, I don't think we can have it. We're gonna take the sign."
I don't know if that's how it works. Yeah,
but yeah, he was super sad, because that's what we would
kind of like when
do.
they were taking down the Blockbuster signs too. There was.
I know where one's at, by the way.
Left with it.
Yeah, a Blockbuster sign.
Shit,
I know where one's at. I could probably
it.
talk to somebody.
We gotta get it,
but it's in Alaska right now.
Gee, we gotta get it, man. We gotta light it up, put it over here in the room.
With one of the Blockbuster video holders.
Oh man,
come on, man.
The shelf.
The shelf, yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you photos later.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. The one last thing I want to hit on the Arnold thing was
okay.
One last thing on the Arnold thing I want to touch on was he did the movie with he actually got Jamie Lee Curtis back on the map with True Lies, and he put her in the movie, and they had a great time. He loved her. The chemistry was fantastic, he said. And Jamie Lee Curtis, they cut to her, and she's talking her bit. And she said, "Yeah, Arnold was the sweetest guy, this and that." She goes, "I was worried when it got to like they were talking about when they show the movie, when they show the movie, the title on the screen, on the big screen." She goes, "I just wanted my name to be up there." And she goes, "And usually with actors, they have to have lawyers in a room to discuss whose name's going to be on top of the movie of the title of the movie." She goes, "Arnold went to her and he's like, you know what? She can have it." So they put her name, Jamie Lee Curtis, in True Lies, and his name was smaller. And she goes, that just showed what kind of a guy he was, like that his integrity. That he goes, I don't give a shit about that. I want her to get and she goes, and after that, she goes, I blew up after that. She goes, I got all kinds of roles after that, man. So those things like that just show you what kind of person he is, and that's even better. And then the last thing on him was, I follow him on TikTok and all kinds of shit. He was, you guys probably have seen this too, in his neighborhood, in his Hollywood neighborhood there. I forget where he lives at. there was a pothole there that was there for like 3 months, a pothole.
Oh yeah.
And he filled it in. He's like, I'm gonna do this shit. He goes, I'm not gonna wait for the city. I'm gonna go do it myself. And people are passing by. He's like, this lady's like, thank you. And he was just like, yeah, well, I'm gonna do it myself. He goes, what did he say? His dad taught him one thing he went to learn from his dad was always be useful. He goes, always be useful and always be needed.
Yeah.
Always be needed. He goes, that's what his dad taught him. So he goes, if anything else, that stayed with me my whole life and my whole career and until this day. He goes, so yeah, dude, that documentary, man, it cut deep, man. It cut deep and it was good as shit, man. I loved it. What else, man? What else can we hit on? What else?
Well, and I mean, I was at the Vintage Toy Mall, and I need to go back and get them because they had some of the old Last Action Hero action figures, and they were still carded, and they wanted like I think $15 a piece for them or something like that. So I've been meaning to go back and get them because those are just cool toys to have, you know.
Yeah.
And especially when I hear these stories about Arnold, it makes me want to go out and get them.
Oh, dude,
find that on-card Dutch. Let me know when you
Yeah.
find that.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Dude, that's he was in that movie again, in Predator. Yeah, Arnold was fantastic in that movie and the best. But the guy that stole the movie from me was Carl Weathers, man. I'm a big Carl Weathers guy.
Get in, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I love that guy so much.
You're pushing too many pencils.
Yeah, dude. I wish I was pushing pencils to look like that, dude. Shit, I don't look like that, dude. Those guys are amazing.
I would say probably the best scene in that is when they, clasp hands and they both flex their biceps.
Oh, dude, you got to.
That's
They
80s right there.
They don't make classics like that, man.
My favorite scene, Jesse the Body with the Gatling gun mowing down the forest.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
it's just like we were talking about that on our last episode, that Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant song by the band, Wolfie's Just Fine, and that's a Terminator reference. I think Brian actually brought that to my attention.
Is that the dog,
Terminator
right?
2, Arnold says Wolfie's just fine or something like that.
Yeah, dude, that's funny. I didn't realize that. Brian, leave it to Brian, dude. That son of a bitch.
Yeah,
leave it to him. He's great. Again, can't say enough about Brian. He's good. Good guy.
But John LaJoy he kind of released a poster of what's kind of, I think I don't know if it's going to be the album cover, but it's a mixture of like his childhood, and so it's like Jason's head with a Mortal Kombat body, and there's cool. Like the Master of Puppet crosses are on the bottom. It's just if you haven't seen it, look up his social medias. Okay, we shared it. I shared
I was
on our Twitter. It's just so cool.
Yeah, I was listening to your that episode, and I had to work today. I was working today, so I didn't get off till about right before we started here. So I didn't get to finish, but you guys were about to go into the top 10. What was it? What were you going to do? The top 10? What?
We were doing our top 10 LJN figures. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I wish I could have finished that, but I didn't. I'll go back and I'll finish when we get done here. But dude, you guys are awesome. I love doing this.
Thank you.
I love doing this with you guys. This is good, man. The chemistry's great. Because sometimes you worry. Sometimes when you, especially with it's just you worry sometimes because you don't know if people are gonna not want to, get loose or get rowdy with you or something like that.
We got a whole nother hour. We could talk figures.
We're gonna get into it. No, we're not done yet. Like I said, we got that being said, we're gonna do the as Back to the Future did. We're gonna do the to be continued at this point. We're gonna stop at this point, and then you have to watch us on the next episode where we continue where we're gonna go deep dive into the Back to the Future stuff. So this is what we initially had talked about when me and you had talked online there, Shawn, when we talked about doing our Back to the Future thing here. So we're gonna hop into that in just a second here. But I just want to say, is there anything else you guys want to hit on?
Well, I'm glad I put my Calvin Kleins on since we're about to hop into the Enchantment Under the Sea.
Oh yeah, we're about to get in there, man. We can hit on anything else. That for us, we're gonna. We'll leave it on a high note there, and then we'll close out 65 by saying we appreciate everybody listening to us, and make sure to follow Toys R Us, Oklahoma Boys, and give them a follow. Shawn, Eric, you got social media, Eric? Or you got, or no?
I use our Twitter.
Okay,
I try to stay off of. We have a Facebook page. I'm trying to. Facebook's a little hit and miss, but
yeah, I got you.
Our Twitter,
but for sure follow. Toys R Us, the Toys R Us guys. These guys are amazing, dude. We're gonna keep this going in the next episode, the Route 66 episode. We're gonna keep it going, guys. Thank you for the time. I really appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate y'all.
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.